Good day and welcome to Maggie News Flow, your trusted source for news, updates, and stories that matter. From local developments to global events, we bring you the latest news with truth, clarity, and a Christ-centered perspective. My name is Zika and Vdule. These are your top stories. In our headlines, Nima County Education Officer intervenes after King Institute principal fails to register students for Wasi Azam. Five men face court for impersonating police officers, forgery in real light. European Union warns for blocking cocoa imports on southeastern Liberia over influx of Burkinabe nationals. Away from Liberia, Khartoum accuses UAE of direct involvement in drone strikes on Port Sudan. Those were the news read in headlines. Now keep tuned as we bring you this and many other developments. This break, when we come back, we bring you the latest in our news. Welcome back and thanks for rejoining us on our news bulletin this evening on Maggie News Flow. The European Union (EU) has officially informed the Liberian state that it will block cocoa products originating from southeastern Liberia from entering its member states if immediate action is not taken to address the growing influx of Burkinabe nationals involved in cocoa farming. This development was disclosed by Maryland County Senator Blair Bond Brown during the public confirmation hearings for Liberian Immigration Service Officer, the LRS Commander General Designate Elijah Fogba Rufus, and the Assistant Minister for Information and Ministry of Information at the Ministry of Defense, Oscar Moba. According to the senator, the EU's warning is based on concerns about the increasing number of undocumented Burkinabe nationals farming cocoa in the region. The EU fears that cocoa produced under these conditions may not meet internationally accepted standards of quality and agricultural practices. He at the same time noted that the EU is worried unregulated farming by foreign nationals could undermine the integrity of cocoa supply chain, potentially disrupting trade and market stability across the European countries. Five men accused of impersonating police officers and extorting money from motorists in the red light commercial area of Paintsville were on Monday, May 12, turned over to the Monrovia City Court for prosecution. The suspects, Cornelius Deacon David, Peter Johnson, Moses Kolako, Peter A. Colley Jr., and Abraham Sarr were arrested by the Liberia National Police on Saturday, May 10, 2025. They have been formally charged with impersonating police officials and forgeries. According to court document, the men posed as traffic police officers, urging and using counterfeit identification cards and paraphernalia to conduct unauthorized thefts and demand payment from commercial drivers. One of the defendants, Cornelius Deacon Nively, was reportedly in possession of a fake police identification labeled with LNP number 4546, and other Peter A. Colley Jr. was found carrying an expired immigration that's Ministry of Justice at the bearing number 1601. The police charge said immediately that the suspects knowingly, purposely, and criminally dressed and acted as traffic police officer without legal authority performing active police duties. During the initial court appearance, two of the defendants were released after their legal representatives filed criminal appearance bonds. The remaining suspects remain in custody pending their proceedings. Cornelius Deacon Nively and Peter Colley have been charged with impersonating an official under Chapter 12, Subchapter B, Section 12.35 of the Penal Code of Forgery under Chapter 15, Subchapter E, Section 15.70. Defendants Moses Kulako, Peter J. Johnson, and Abraham Sarr were charged solely with impersonating police officials. The court also noted that additional individuals may be charged in absentia based on ongoing investigations. The case is at the same time pending trial before the Monrovia City Court. If you are just joining us, it is indeed a great reminder that you are following a news presentation coming to you on the number one Christian radio station in this region, Maggie FM 90.5. Following the recent confirmation of monkeypox cases in Liberia, the Courage Medical and Rehab Center in Bangabong County, owned by Mr. Dennis Gassinin, has announced his preparedness to support national efforts aimed at containing the disease. Speaking to FPA, Mr. Gassinin expressed confidence in the Ministry of Health's ability to implement appropriate measures to prevent the spread of the virus. He disclosed that personal protective equipment, the PPE, available and is prepared to utilize these resources as necessary to respond to any developments. It also committed to sharing these resources with other health facilities should the need arises. Mr. Gansini emphasized the importance of swift and coordinated public health interventions to mitigate national and local authorities. He also issues a call to the public encouraging vigilance and strict adherence to guidelines issued by the national and international health authorities. The Ministry of Health is yet to release a detailed substantial support, but public and private health institutions across the country are beginning to scale upon prevention and awareness efforts in response to the engaging health threat. James Eto Kumba, a 28-year-old Liberian woman, has died at the John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital in Monrovia following complications allegedly caused by medical negligence at ELWA Hospital. The ordeal began in February during a routine antenatal visit. Doctors reportedly induced labor due to a post-term pregnancy, which led to an emergency section. Her family claims a series of medical errors followed: kidney failure, liver damage, third-degree burns, and the removal of the home. Before her death, Kumba had posted emotional messages on social media pleading for answers from ELWA Hospital. In quotation, I walked into ELWA Hospital. I'm hopeful, but I'm now fighting for my life. She noted in her speech. Public outcry sparked Monday in numerous protests in Congo Town demanding justice and reform in Liberia's healthcare system. Despite national attention and calls for accountability, the ELWA Hospital has yet to comment. The Ministry of Health acknowledged public concern but declined specific, citing confidentiality. And finally, from the news bulletin this evening, Nima County County Education Office GLEG has confirmed that 12 grade students from the King's Institute are now participating in the ongoing West African Senior School Certificate Examinations WASI following his intervention with the Ministry of Education. The students were initially banned from sitting the exams due to the failure of the school administration to register them. However, CEO Legge disclosed on Voice of Nimba this morning that the students are now taking the exams at the John Wesley Pearson Extension Campus in Ganta. Legge explained that the arrangement came after several days of appeals and consultations between his office and the ministry's central office in Monrovia. He described the situation as a result of intentional and criminal actions by the school's principal, Mr. Thompson Yomin Jr., who allegedly collected registration fees and payment from parents but failed to register the students with the West African Examination Council WAEC. Further investigations revealed that the students in the 9th, 6th, and 3rd grades who had also paid did not sit the exams and similarly left unregistered. In addition, LRD 262,000 was collected from the affected students across all grade levels. The principal, Mr. Nyami, was arrested last Saturday on CEO Legge orders, but was released on bail the following day after family members intervened. Mr. Legge also released and revealed that the King Institute has been operating illegally as a senior high school. The school's last valid permit only authorized elementary level operations for 2022 to 2023 academic year. Despite this, the institution unwillfully upgraded itself to a full-fledged high school level. As a result, the ministry has imposed a fine of LRD 150,000 on the school. Legge stated that the institution will be demoted back to elementary status pending further action. In a related development, CEO Legge expressed concerns over a report that some school administrators are allegedly selling scientific calculators intended to be distributed free of charge to WASI candidates for 500 LD. While he did not name the schools or individuals involved, he warned that preventive measures won't be taken following the conclusion of the investigations. And that's the news bulletin this evening on the presentation of Maggie News Flow. We'll now take this break and we'll come back with John Stanley Kanwe, who will bring us the simplified form of our news in the modern vernacular and of course in the simple Liberian English.
Tenga que o sea, Ega vele me ge mi tu na video don do ya.
Welcome back and thanks for rejoining us. Extend our apology for taking that long break. Let's not join Omen Stanley. I can't wait for the news in a simplified form.
Good
Stanley, good
evening,
evening and
and
welcome.
good evening, Zika, and good evening to everybody. Us out there who listen to our on Maggie FM this evening. My name is Stanley Mwanyakawe with your Liberation Pro English. The one we get the first 1 year is see the big man for the school business in like in Nimakande, what they call Mr. Legge. You see that they feel the student there that going to the school, what they call King Institute. They say the 8 students that are coming from there. They told them say they will not go take the test because the teacher they not put their name down to the big test hall. He say because their school they not put their name down to the for the test. So they say he said a few days he now talk with the big people who are head of the test business in Monrovia so that the children will be able to take their test. He said because the school did not do it. Then the big person for the King Institute, what they call Mr. Thomas Thompson, you mean Gion, he the principal there, he not go and register the name. So they catch him to they put him behind jail. He was in jail, then they go there, they free him on bond. So they few day they see the Mr. Legacy, the children now they sitting for their test. But the school, they say the school, they found the school 150,000 Liberian dollar so that they can pay because it will not good. Then they say the school year, it was there working, but they not get proper document to go to that other area where they working now. That number one there. Then they 1 year, it say one girl, one woman they call her Jim Eto Kume. They Jim Eto Kume, that 28-year-old Liberian woman. They say they feel that she died to JFK because she undergo operation. They work on her to ESW hospital. A girl heart attack. They say from that time they work on her. They start giving her heart attack. And saying a girl heart attack, she came from there. She say she went back there to the place there but then the thing that happened to her when she went to the place, they do her work, they move some part of her body from there. They move her kidney, they move her womb and all kind of thing there. So they say the woman here the time she was dying and she said, hey my people, what can I do? Then the public people they say they think here and not good. So other than they say they think here, the way they get that, the government people want so you can look into the flower here, go and know the people that bring the thing here so that they can call them for them to answer questions that one day again. Then the 1 year they say the one that in my hand we're talking about right now, they say that uh the medicine people were in Liberia, the big medicine people they say they signal what they call monkey pox or mpox. They say that true that in Liberia. They say the people say the medicine here in almost all of the country they working on it. So Mr. Dene Gassini he said that a good that the talking so that the Gassini he didn't want to control the hospital in Banga. He said their own in Bonkan, they say their own part they now really good they now prepare so that they can send to fight the sickness. So he say everybody will be prepared and they will send people around that will see if it happen. The thing what the people will wear to go and check on the people there, what the title them where to get and check on. He say their hospital they get everything so that number one day again. So he say that when you're there, anybody who see people that they will talking, yeah, they want you to say fireman. They're not police officer, oh. They're not in the police. But the thing they've doing, they go wear the police uniform, they go face for La Adika, then they go stand, they were in Morovia there going around say that the police people catching people motorbike, catching people car, taking money from the people. They're not police officer. So they feel they fight or them. One person they call Colonial Deacon Niver, Peter J. Johnson, Mose Kalako, Peter A. College Jr., and Abraham Sa. You say they feel that time they catch people because they were on a on May 10, they catch them, they carry them to court, and then the court say the thing what you're doing that law that stealing with them, so they program on them to go to court so they can judge them. He said two people or the people here they are still there, but the other people they went there they found born. they file in bond and they pay the bond fee, and then somebody stand for them so that they can be there on criminal bond fee, so that they when they did it ready, they will bring them. Yeah, that they want that the people they in jail so that they will come. Then that they say honor the police law. All the thing and what they do in Moreover there, when they were going around there taking money from driver there, motor border, they say honor the police law so that what they put them in jail. Yeah, that all we get there for you for the simple like during the day evening. Then let me go now and tell my people to in manner the way I get it here so they can hear it too. Okay, ndelo ndano ne ka ben ka to le komo no de si akale be won na ye ekupese kuna ka kapia age kere na me le abe o gare france le gebe ben le abe le kwa suku le abe le ni maka se ben la awuna mta o gare ceo be age kere no be kere na obe o ga lo ga suku la me o gare king institute le na me reverend Thompson ben si suku ka be age no me sra ka lo ga lo ya wa ge dia wo de ke de wo ya ke o te le o ben wa si da mo le o ben wa si de bo la si ke o de me sra ge o pa ka si pla ke na me le ge be e be die le pe ka no be de ya di ko play de me ka no pa ka te be si pla bi bo aka wa ge su ku lo ke lo do me ade si mi na be e ton si o gbe be ka lo ga no kri ton si mi no mi me be aben le wa do pa ke no be to po ke o be o te be si ke o ke o do pe ku no be ke ka o be o do o te be si ke do ko ba o ba pa o do pa ke o no be o to po amu ya o ton si bi mi be ku o do ka wa tu pin ke wa du ke atu o ke ye be le o do wa ponsi wa bo presi ke eto agri ke un o wa ke ka o be na me de ge be agile e win o di ko play wo fi mi pie na pe o pie ke o wa mo ke no de o yi dan e krese ka ya ko la so ki amu ipopo na me de ge bi de so de si ba ka ka le de to aye ze be age kede de ne fude abe o gare kede ji eto kumele abe ake be le fumpi de wala sa ka wa ge de ne fu e kribe be de kala ben to la pre wa ben amo ya ben won yin se wa ge kata kwa nyikara bulo bi ya John F Kennedy nyikara da be diko play mu no kri me ya zo age kede do ne fu ke o benze ke ya ke ba de ke o ya ke ba de do kwa nyikara abene wala men benzi kala be de tru football fi da abene kwa football fi bukara la bi ate be amen do gere EFW be wa bi aben do la bo ibe de ebe ke o yo ka mo me yo ka me o lo ba o po plus e bu amo ka o kriye eke akade ego eke aga be aga sipi aka zida kasi le kriye kwa le ye won ka ta pese me be won wa ba lo wa de komne le la won ka imesa to amo ke eke pendi ye wa ka o ke de lo bi zina mo ekaka lebe aye zebe age kede wone agbele yade anu de ma me ka gare sure ake egbo mi amu de sam de o gare gana be wa ke kede la bia nye kala mi be o wa nde awu ka wa ke o kriye nye kala ye abe bla mi be pala o gare bon kant be abe o zemi bula be o gare mister dene gasi ne be ebeje agikire o wa o die peke popo age nye kala de banga be ben wa o die peke popo ka ya e kira ka o gri kon ka de sida ka age pono sene la mo o ake o mo ke o je o ke ka ke o mere ya lo mo ko na e ke wa o ke polo lo ka ke ba ka wa yo ke ka asin be anya pa lo ke na sida ka be age kire o die peke le popo ke o do mo ka na ma ge kire age kire kwa sin kwa ta kwa sura kwa mo me kwa de kan pe de no fere ka lo mo be kenya ka agime de na aye kan sida na ka pe de ka su popo le sida ka de o ga de stende won yen ka we gbin kere ngire la wo ka kon we ka ke ma be ma sino sale ma tu e main zik apen la sai ke no ka ka pe ku ngire sida ka le ka tu mo
Standing Muanyen Kawe with the news there in its simplified font. Of course, the simple English news and the news in the modern vernacular are all regular feature here on Maggie News Flow. Stories making headlines tonight on this 20th Day of May presentation, 2025. Nima County Education Officer intervenes after King's Institute principal fails to register students for WASI exam. Five men called for impersonating police officers. Friday in Red Light Community in Morovia. The EU warns of blocking cocoa imports from southeastern Liberia over influx of Burkina nationals. And away from Liberia, Khartoum accuses UAE of direct involvement in drone strike on Port Sudan. For details of this development, let's now join Josephine Biankwa-Sewa, who is seated to bring us our foreign development. Josephine, good evening and welcome to Maggie News Flow.
Good evening. For foreign news flow on Maggie FM 90.5, Khartoum accuses the United Arab Emirates. Khartoum accuses the United Arab Emirates of direct involvement in drone strike on Port Sudan. Sudan has accused the United Arab Emirates of carrying out the drone strike on the wartime administrative capital of Port Sudan earlier this morning. Speaking in New York on Monday, Khartoum ambassador told the United Nations Al-Hari address alleged the operation was alleged from the EU military base with support from Admiralty naval vessels in the Red Sea. It is the first time that Sudan has accused the Gulf states of direct military investigations in its civil war against the paramilitary rapid support forces. Adres also claimed that the full-May strike on Port Sudan was revenge for an armed attack a day earlier on an alleged Admiralty warplane in the RSF-controlled city of Yana. Khartoum recently cut diplomatic ties with the United Arab Emirates, accusing it of arming the farming the rebels group in the Dirty War, which is in its third year. The United Arab Emirates has denied the accusation and it not immediately comment on the latest statement. Up until now, Port Sudan has been seen as a safe haven for government officials, diplomats, and humanitarian organizations. But since the start of the month, it has been hit with a volley of drone strikes, largely against army facilities, the main airport, and fuel depots. The Sudan government is now calling on the United Nations, the Arab Union, and the Arab League to investigate the incident and hold accountable those responsible. The war between the army and the RSF was struck by the dispute over a transition to civilization rules. It has devastated Sudan, pushing more than 13 million people out of their homes and spreading famine and diseases. Tens of thousands of Sudan have denied in the fighting. These were our foreign news flow on Maki FM. I'm Josephine G. Sewa. Thank you.
Josephine Biankwa-Sewa there with part of our foreign development. And finally, here on the foreign development on this presentation, Ugandan lawmakers on Tuesday passed a government-backed bill to authorize civilian trials in military code, defying widespread criticisms by opposition figures on others who called it a backward figure. The continuous legislation was introduced earlier this year after the Supreme Court ruled that civilians can't be called, questioning the competence of untrained military officials to dispense justice. The bill states that the civilians can be called late after the alleged offenses are in support of in accusation with pressing subjects. To military law, it also says that the preceding officers must be qualified in law. but opposition figures, right activists, and others insist such legislation is an anti-democratic effort as the East African country holds into election schedule for 2026. Human Rights Association Amnesty International has warned the military courts could help enrich that inscribe repression ahead of the 2026 election. Some members of the opposition walked out of the parliamentary chamber after the bill was passed, protesting what they said was illegal. And that's the foreign development on the shift of Maggie news flow. And now, as we end this news presentation, we revisit our most captivating stories. Stories making headlines tonight on Maggie News Flow. Nima County Education Officer Francis G. Legge intervenes after King's Institute principal fails to register students for the WAS exam. 5 men face court for impersonating police officers. Frank J. in Red Light Community. The European Union warns of blocking cocoa import from southeastern Liberia over influx of Burkinabe nationals. And away from Liberia, Khartoum accuses UAE of direct involvement in drone strikes on Port Sudan. That's the news presentation this evening on this edition of Maggie News Flow. Kindly accept our invitation to join us tomorrow at 8:30 for another splendid edition of the program Maggie News Flow. Many thanks to all of our news contributors who helped package this presentation. Thanks to the man Patrick M. David, our reporters, the man Kage, Favor Andy, and the rest of the crew who helped in packaging this presentation. Many thanks to the man Stanley Wanyankawe, who brought you the simplified version of our news in the simple Liberian English, and of course the news in the Manon vernacular. On behalf of the team here, my name is Zika, and I anchored today's edition of Maggie News Flow. Thanks so very kindly for listening, both on radio and on the internet. Thank you for listening and have a God blessed Tuesday night. Goodbye.